Long before humans ever set foot on the vast sun-drenched plains of Africa, the animal kingdom thrived in a world of its own. The savanna stretched endlessly, dotted with acacia trees and tall golden grasses that swayed in the warm breeze. Herds of antelope grazed peacefully. Elephants trumpeted in the distance, and birds soared high above, painting the sky with their vibrant wings. In this wild and untamed land, there was no single ruler, no king or queen to guide the animals or settle their disputes. Each creature lived by its own instincts, and the balance of nature was maintained by the laws of survival and respect. Yet, as time passed, a sense of restlessness began to stir among the animals. Whispers traveled on the wind, from the smallest mouse to the mightiest lion, that perhaps it was time for a leader to rise, a wise and just ruler who could unite them all. One day, as the sun climbed high and cast shimmering patterns on earth, the animals gathered in a great clearing. It was a rare sight to see so many different species together: zebras, giraffes, wildebeests, monkeys, and even the shy creatures that usually hid in the shadows. They formed a great circle, their eyes filled with curiosity and anticipation. The air buzzed with excitement and a touch of nervousness, for today a great decision was to be made. Who among them would be worthy to wear the crown and lead the animal kingdom into a new era of peace and prosperity? After much discussion and debate, the wisest of the animals proposed a solution that all could agree upon: a race. Not just any race, but a contest that would test not only speed, but also character, determination, and heart. The winner would be crowned ruler of the wild. As the murmurs of agreement spread through the crowd, two unlikely contenders stepped forward. The first was the cheetah, renowned far and wide as the fastest creature in all the land. His sleek, spotted coat shimmered in the sunlight, and his eyes gleamed with confidence. The second was the tortoise, a humble and unassuming figure, known for his slow but steady pace and his unwavering resolve. The animals watched in awe and surprise, for never before had such a race been run. The cheetah, with muscles coiled like springs and a heart pounding with anticipation, was the very embodiment of speed. He could cross the savannah in the blink of an eye, his legs a blur as he chased down prey with effortless grace. The other animals admired his power and agility, and many believed the outcome of the race was already decided. After all, who could possibly outrun the cheetah? He stood tall and proud, his tail flicking with impatience, ready to prove his superiority to all who watched. In stark contrast, the tortoise moved with deliberate slowness, each step measured and purposeful. His shell, weathered by years of travel, bore the marks of countless journeys. Though he lacked the cheetah's speed, he possessed a quiet strength, a determination that could not be shaken by doubt or fear. The tortoise's eyes shone with wisdom, and he greeted the challenge with a gentle nod, undeterred by the laughter and whispers that rippled through the crowd. Some animals scoffed at his chances, but others saw something special in his calm demeanor. At the sound of the signal, the race began. The cheetah exploded forward, his body a streak of gold and black against the green and brown of the savannah. In mere seconds, he was 60 miles ahead, a living blur in the wind. The animals gasped in amazement, their eyes struggling to follow his lightning-fast movements. Dust rose in his wake, and it seemed as though nothing could stop him. The cheetah's confidence soared with every stride, certain that victory was already his. But as the cheetah raced across the plains, his sharp eyes caught sight of a herd of impala grazing peacefully nearby. The scent of fresh prey drifted on the breeze, awakening a deep hunger within them. For a moment, he hesitated, torn between the thrill of the race and the primal urge to hunt. The animals watching from afar held their breath, sensing the cheetah's inner struggle. Unable to resist the call of his instincts, the cheetah veered off course. His body lowered into a crouch, muscles rippling beneath his skin as he prepared to stalk his prey. The race for now was forgotten. Hunger had taken hold, and the cheetah's focus shifted entirely to the hunt. He crept silently through the grass, every sense attuned to the movements of the impala. With a burst of speed, the cheetah pounced, bringing down his quarry with practiced skill. He feasted on the fresh kill, savoring the taste of victory in a different form. The other animals watched in silence, some shaking their heads in disbelief, others understanding all too well the power of temptation. The cheetah, lost in the satisfaction of his meal, paid no heed to the race he had so eagerly begun. Sated and confident, the cheetah stretched out beneath the shade of a nearby tree. The sun was warm on his fur, and a gentle breeze lulled him into a state of relaxation. Certain that his lead was insurmountable, he closed his eyes, allowing himself to drift into a deep, peaceful sleep. The world faded away, and the cheetah dreamed of glory, unaware of the slow but steady progress being made elsewhere on the savannah. Meanwhile, far behind the cheetah, the tortoise pressed on. His journey was quiet and solitary, marked by the rhythmic sound of his feet against the earth. He did not rush, nor did he allow himself to be distracted by the sights and sounds around him. The tortoise's mind was focused on the goal ahead, and with each step he drew closer to the finish line. One step, then another. The tortoise's progress was slow, but it was steady and unwavering. He moved with a sense of purpose, never doubting his ability to complete the race. The sun rose higher in the sky, casting long shadows across the land, but the tortoise did not falter. His determination was a quiet force, stronger than any burst of speed. There were no distractions for the tortoise, no temptations to lure him from his path. He did not envy the cheetah's speed, nor did he worry about the distance that separated them. The tortoise understood that true strength lay not in how quickly one could move, but in the ability to keep going, no matter the obstacles. His journey was a testament to patience, perseverance, and the quiet power of believing in oneself. As the day wore on and the shadows grew longer, the tortoise finally approached the finish line. The animals who had gathered to watch the race erupted in cheers and applause, their voices carrying across the savannah. Before the cheetah even stirred from his slumber, the tortoise had crossed the finish line, his head held high and his heart full of pride. The impossible had become reality, and the slowest creature in the land had triumphed over the fastest. The animals rushed to surround the tortoise, lifting him up in celebration. They marveled at his perseverance and honored his unwavering spirit. In that moment, the tortoise was crowned king of the animal kingdom, a symbol of hope and inspiration for all. His victory was not just a personal triumph, but a lesson for every creature who had ever doubted their own abilities. The tortoise's reign will be remembered for generations, a testament to the power of patience and determination. As the new king stood before his subjects, he offered words of wisdom that echoed across the plains. So, if you think you're standing firm, be careful that you don't fall. The animals listened intently, understanding that pride and overconfidence could lead even the mightiest astray. The cheetah, once so certain of victory, had been humbled by his own choices, while the tortoise's steady resolve had carried him to greatness. These words, drawn from the ancient wisdom of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 12, served as a reminder to all who heard them. The lesson was clear. No matter how strong or talented we may be, we must remain humble and vigilant, for it is easy to stumble when we least expect it. The story of the tortoise and the cheetah became a cherished tale, passed down from one generation to the next, a beacon of hope and guidance for all who face challenges in their own lives. In the end, it was not speed or strength that determined the outcome of the race, but the ability to persevere in the face of adversity. Pride, like the cheetah, may fall asleep and lose sight of the goal, but perseverance, like the tortoise, always finds a way to finish the race. The animals of the savannah never forgot this lesson, and neither should we. So, as you journey through life, remember the story of the tortoise and the cheetah. No matter how daunting the path may seem, keep moving forward, one step at a time. For it is not the swiftest who always wins, but those who endure with patience, humility, and unwavering determination. In the end, perseverance always finishes the race.